By now you've received 4 forms for professional liability renewal. The first form is your cover letter, which outlines the renewal information and any needed additions regarding other insurances. The second form is the credit card authorization form for paying your insurance by credit card. The second form is a bank authorization form to pay for your professional liability insurance by checking account. The fourth and final form is a summary of your coverages. We'll review each of these 4 pages in detail. Let's first examine the cover page. Enclosed, you'll find information for your professional liability insurance. Until 2006, a number of excessive premium increases had been experienced which contradict our claim experience but represent the insurance industry's continued attempts to reap greater profits. In 2005, on behalf of all franchisees, we corporately decided that rather than pass on a nearly $1,500 increase in premiums for the same coverage as in past years, we reduced coverage to maintain the same premium levels as in the previous policy year. Given our claim experience and the quality of our network partners, in addition to input from franchisees, we found it more sensible to adjust coverage rather than just adjust premiums. This year's premium will remain the same for the 4th year in a row, while also providing coverage for an annual $75,000 aggregate deductible and premium contributions towards future tail policy coverage in the event we switch insurance carriers next year. Per the franchise agreement, we will secure a force-placed insurance policy for any center with a scheduled lapse in coverage and charge the center accordingly. This year, we will also be able to restore coverage to the pre-2005 level of $1 million per claim limit. As in the past, your center physician is covered by his or her own malpractice insurance. However, an endorsement has been added to the policy to provide limited vicarious up to $250,000 limit cap for non-employed physicians. You're strongly encouraged to provide additional coverage for your center nurse in addition to this policy. A nurse can be sued personally for his or her acts or errors. If a nurse is interested in obtaining coverage, they can visit www.nso.com and obtain a quotation for professional liability. As an example of coverage as of today's date, a policy for $1 million per occurrence, $3 million aggregate with a deductible would cost approximately $150 annually. In regards to physicians, these can be considered on an individual basis. Where applicable, mainly Florida, physicians may carry reduced coverage of $250,000 per occurrence with a $750,000 aggregate versus the previous $1 million, $3 million. Please contact Parker Berry of Siebert Keck Insurance for additional information at 1-800-626-0435. Also, per the policy terms and conditions, physicians must meet the following conditions. Such professional is not in your employee or volunteer. You have current documentation of credentials of such professional, and you have current written confirmation of malpractice insurance covering such professional. As a reminder, in addition to the professional liability coverage, franchisees must maintain comprehensive general insurance, workers' compensation insurance, automobile insurance on an occurrence basis, naming Physicians Weight Loss Centers and its affiliates as additional insureds. Similar to last year, your previous premium payment authorization form expired in May, and no premium will be secured for that month. Instead, both the May and June premiums will be secured under your new authorization, totaling $416 prior to the close of business on June 30th. However, depending on how your bank or credit card company processes payments, your statement may show payment was made in July. As in the previous year, you must submit a secondary payment option. If you're electing ACH from your checking account, you must provide a second checking account or credit card for secondary payment. If you're electing payment via credit card, you must submit a second credit card or checking account ACH authorization form for payment. Finally, certificates of insurance will be provided upon payment of the premium. All are aware that this insurance is a requirement of the franchise agreement. You may pay by credit card or by ACH from your checking account in full or by 12 equal monthly installments of $208 per month. This information is noted on page 2 and 3 of the correspondence. You'll note in your mailing you have 2 authorization forms. One is a credit card accounting form, one is a bank accounting form. The first one's obviously for credit card, the second one is for ACHing from a bank account. Language has been added to the authorization form from last year. This authorization is to remain in full force and effective until Physicians Weight Loss Centers has received written notification from me or either of us of its termination in such a time and in such a manner as to afford Physicians Weight Loss Centers and Depository a reasonable opportunity to act on it. I understand and agree that in the event this payment method is rejected, further attempts to secure funds will take place utilizing either the primary or secondary method elected at any time without notification. Let's review the coverage. The insurance company is Philadelphia Insurance Company. We have a $1 million per claim limit, a $1.5 million per location aggregate limit, a $5 million aggregate policy limit, and it's based on claims made. Defense costs are outside the limits of the policy. There's a $25,000 deductible for each loss. The retroactive date goes back to November 19th of 1991. The expenses are outside the limits of the policy. There's a terrorism exclusion and dangerous herbs exclusion wording in the policy. This document summarizes your insurance. This is not a contract. The terms of the policy forms control the insurance contract without regard to any statement made in this summary.